Welcome, everybody. If you are here for the Simply Fabulous webinar, please type your name into the chat box to the right of your screen. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. All right. I'm seeing your names come up. Awesome. Welcome to How to Generate 10 Extra Hours a Week and Discover a Simply Fabulous Life. I'm Heather Rogers. I'm a professional organizer, time management coach, dog mom, wife, and a crazy busy person just like you. I have a free gift for all of you who stick with me for the next 45 minutes. Until the end of the webinar, I'm going to give you a to-do list template that's worth $50 just for hanging out and learning a new time-saving tool tonight. In order to get the most out of our time together, I highly recommend you turn off your phone, stay off Skype, other social media, or anything else that might distract you, and just tell your family you're shutting the door for an hour and you'll be back with them soon. You deserve this. So I promise after this webinar, you are going to have a new way of thinking about your overwhelming list. You're going to feel better about your ability to manage your time, and you're going to become more focused on your priorities. So this is me, Heather Rogers. I am no different from you. I've struggled with not having enough hours in each day for years. I've said yes to everyone and everything and no to free time, travel, and fun way too much. I've tried and failed to use other people's planners and systems, and I'll admit I've missed a few meetings and important appointments in the past. The ball's been dropped more than once, and I was truly embarrassed and ashamed by my inability to be 100% on it at all times. And you can imagine with me being a professional organizer, how extra embarrassing that is. So I want to talk about some success stories with y'all tonight. And these are the three lovely clients I'll be talking about, Elizabeth, Kathy, and MJ. After some trial and error of the time management process, I have finally figured out a system that not only works for me, but works for my clients. And that's called simplifying. So I'm going to start with Kathy's testimonial tonight. So this is just one of my many clients that I've helped over the years. When I met with Kathy the first time, I looked at her current to-do list, and her list of everyday tasks had over 35 items on it every single day. I was overwhelmed for her. That is just an impossible, overwhelming thing to try to get 35 items done every single day. Even clean the sink was listed on that list 3 times every day, which is just way too much to have to do. Once we broke her list down, we took out the items of zero importance to her, and we prioritized the rest of her list. We both felt more relaxed, and she was able to get more done. An unexpected result was that she felt better about herself. You can imagine, again, if you'd been overwhelmed and not been able to tackle that list every day, how much better you'd feel when you finally were getting everything done. So tonight I'm going to talk about what to do and what to don't list. I'm going to show you a way to start your journey to becoming simply fabulous. I want you to think about your daily list of tasks. Type your answers into the chat box on the right. Do you make a to-do list every day, or do you try to remember everything that you have to do in your head? So just type real quick if you either make a to-do list every day or if you try to remember everything. And I'm going to look for your answers. There's always a little bit of a delay here. Okay, so to-do list, just try to remember it. To-do list, use my brain. Got it. Okay, so we're pretty much split down the middle here of those who are list makers and the ones who are counting on their fantastic memory to help them out. You are not alone. What most people try to do is remember everything they need to get accomplished in their head. Or if you do write it down on your list of things to do, it's probably a very long list of everything that needs to get done in the next week or month. And that's just a brain dump. That is not a to-do list. The problem with either of those methods is you'll either never get all of those items completed on your way too many to-do list, and if it's only in your head, you're likely to forget. It's impossible to get everything done if your list has too many items, and so you're going to feel defeated and stressed. When your lists are impossible to accomplish, you tend to miss appointments. You get overwhelmed and you feel like you suck. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you, you do not suck. All you need is one simple adjustment to make your life so much easier. The light bulb eureka adjustment that I discovered is to simplify. I know it sounds way easier than it is, or maybe that's just too simple to actually work. But I promise you, if you place less items on your to-do list each day, and then you prioritize those items, you're going to get more done in less time, and you're going to feel so much better. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. First, the easiest thing, put today's date at the top of that to-do list. Congratulations, you're done with one thing already. Next, I only want you to put on your to-do list a list of tasks that you can reasonably accomplish in one day. I am talking 3 to 5 items max and tasks that are actually attainable in one day. This is not climbing Mount St. Helens or something after not training. We want to make sure you can get this done in a day. If it takes more than one day to get something done, it isn't a task, it's a goal. And with goals, you're going to need to break those down into smaller steps, and we're going to talk about goals later. I also find it's going to save you time and money to combine some of your to-do list items. For example, if you go to a pharmacy to get your prescriptions filled, and then you go grocery shopping at the grocery store, it makes so much more sense to me to get your pharmaceuticals filled at your grocery store. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You only have to go to one place. You're going to save time and gas money. Of course, you're going to leave off every single item that you do every day, such as wake up, get dressed, go to work, etc. These are called routine items, and they do not belong on your daily to-do list. Then I want you to prioritize. When you make your to-do list, be sure to prioritize the most important 3 tasks first. Think about what must get done today. If you need to get something done next week or next month, place that on your calendar 1 to 3 days before it has to be done. Next, I want you to make your wish list. Put the 1 or 2 items that you would really like to get done today on the list. These should be 2 things that it would be great to get done, but it won't kill you if they don't get done until tomorrow. As you finish each item, check it off on the list. This just feels good. It's like a mini celebration of your accomplishments. I absolutely love checking items off of my list. It keeps me motivated to do the rest of the items on those lists. My dad actually puts take a shower on his list every day just so he knows he can always check at least 1 item off. Now, I know I just told you not to put routine items on your list every day, but hey, if it makes you feel that good, go for it. I'm not going to take that away from you, or definitely not away from my father. So if you get everything done on your list, great. If you don't beat yourself up. We've all had unexpected situations come up from time to time that will derail us. Maybe your child was sick, or you had an unexpected car or house repair that you had to take care of. Things happen. Contact your appointments, reschedule them, and then regroup and put it back on a to-do list when you have the time. Transfer any undone items for another day. And whether you got all 5 items of your done on your list done or not, or 0 items, I want you to celebrate just getting through the day. We are all way too hard on ourselves. Make sure you're taking some me time every day. Even if it's just closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing for a few minutes, it helps. So you can see the to-do list in front of you that we've already filled out in that beautiful handwriting. That is not mine, by the way. After I'm done with my items on my to-do list, I like to spend a few minutes looking ahead and just jotting down what I'm going to have to do tomorrow or next week or next month. Then tomorrow you can look at the list of future items and use it to get started on the next to-do list, or put it on your calendar for a future date. Finally, I want you to take a moment and list the things you're grateful for, because whether you finish your to-do list or not, there is always something you can find that made your day just a little bit better. You can see on mine that I have my family, my job, and our home, And I really should have put my 2 enormous dogs who entertain me on a daily basis on there, because that is certainly something I am always grateful for. So remember, slow and steady wins this race. I want you to keep your to-do list manageable, and you will be way more productive than you ever thought possible. So let's start your journey. You have one more tool in your time management toolbox, but you're not quite ready to tackle all of your time management issues just yet. Tonight, I'm offering you the unique opportunity to learn about the Simply Organized method to time management. I like to call this Simply Fabulous. By learning the Simply Fabulous method, you'll have less stress and feel more accomplished, because you're actually going to accomplish more. You're also going to save time by not trying to multitask, which, by the way, no one does well, not even you, not even me. I've tried. All the research is showing now multitasking does not work. You're even going to save money by not missing bills, late fees, and these appointments now where you go to the doctor or the dentist and they charge you if you're a no-show or you don't cancel early enough. I've definitely seen that happening a lot more over the last few years, and I'm sure you have too. And again, you're going to save multiple trips to the same store because you forgot an item, and you're going to stop buying the same item multiple times because you've misplaced it or you forgot about it. So I want to tell another success story, and this is my client, MJ. MJ is admittedly stubborn, and yes, he knows I'm telling y'all that tonight, so he's okay with it. He's also very successful and happy, but every single time I met with him, his cell phone was dead. He was missing appointments. Certain corporate paperwork that was required was often put aside until he was finished with other client work. He was working a lot and hard and all the time. He just wasn't working smart. So just by changing the way that he looked at his life and making some simple adjustments, we were able to set up new systems that were tailored to him individually. We ensured that his calendars and phones were always charged, updated, and backed up. No more missed appointments. Most importantly, Simply Fabulous allowed him to free up valuable time to spend with his friends and family, and he lessened his stress levels. So we have a special guest with us tonight on this webinar. This is my client, Elizabeth, and she is live in my office with me, and she is going to tell you her own experience with Simply Fabulous.
Hi, everyone. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here tonight to not only share my story, but to tell you how Heather has absolutely changed my life. I'm hoping that this will inspire you to gift yourself this time management course. Trust me, it is life-changing. I've been working with Heather for about 3.5 years now. I have lots of challenges in my life. I've got rheumatoid arthritis. I've had 3 surgeries in 2 years. I lived in a 3-story townhouse with 4 flights of stairs, and I have an extremely highly stressful job. My life was totally overwhelming, and any kind of time management was completely out of the window. The first thing that Heather did for me was to assess my challenges, all of them, and develop a plan for me. The first thing that we did was created a goals list, and I'm going to tell you that we reached my number 1 goal, and I'm going to share that with you at the end of my story. But we did a goals list, and then we created a task list. From that, we took everything and put it on a calendar to help me keep track of everything and accomplish all of my goals and my tasks in a timely manner. You know, as she was talking about, it just gets so cumbersome if you don't have it organized in your mind, and to have all of those time-saving tools around you. I'm sure that you can appreciate this. I had years of paperwork that had just accumulated to the point of embarrassment, boxes and bags of them. I was missing, paying bills on time. Files were not that easy to get to. And so Heather was able to completely eliminate the paper mess for me. We created a system for bill paying, filing, and recycling. All of these tools have given me back my life. It is a stress-free life, and more importantly, I have time now to take a mini vacation, indulge in my creative hobbies, spend more time with my friends, or for me, the most important thing is to just relax. I'm happy to say that we accomplished the main goal. I sold my townhouse. I'm moving into a ranch, and I cannot wait for Heather to come over and get all of these tools and all of these great little time-saving tips and organizational tools in my new house. I have to tell you, in my book, Heather is simply fabulous. And you know what? You can be too. Thanks so much for letting me share my story.
I swear I did not pay her to say any of that. I love Elizabeth. She's amazing. And I'm so appreciative that she's here with me and sharing her story with all of you. It always makes a bigger impact coming from the client. So here are some overwhelmed photos for your enjoyment. And yes, that's me on the left. You are here because you want more time to do what you love with who you love. You want more control over your time and your life. In the 7 years I've been working with clients, what I see over and over are people putting themselves last. Maybe you never miss an appointment at work. Maybe you're always on time to pick your kids up. But when's the last time you rescheduled an appointment that was just for you, like your hair, your dentist, massage, dinner with friends? You're putting everyone else first and dropping the ball on yourself. It's hard to see it at first, but after years, it starts to look like me on the left. It looks like exhaustion. It looks like regret. And it can even lead to resentment for all the loved ones that you're putting first. If you want more tools to be more productive, gain more focus, and waste less time and energy, I'm going to show you how. So again, here's me doing a breathing treatment at the hospital. I had pushed myself way too hard. I had not been managing my time well. I was saying yes to everyone else. And guess what? There you go. You see proof right there. And I was really faking that smile as I took that selfie. I'm sure you've all felt overwhelmed and stressed and exhausted at times. Remember those instructions from every flight attendant who you've ever seen to put your own oxygen mask on first. If you aren't taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else. Maybe you can relate better to the photo in the middle of the woman drowning in paper. Paper is definitely my number one most clients' issue. All of my clients have issue with paper. Or maybe the image on the right, which just to me speaks to all of us, the women walking the tightrope and trying to balance between the time and the clocks. That to me is just a really important image. So here's some fascinating statistics about the effects of overwhelm today. 23% of adults pay their bills late because they lose them. And look how many items we lose, 9 every single day. Do you ever find yourselves looking for your keys, your phones, your paperwork, your kids' permission slips? Again, your phone's not being charged on a daily basis. If you can find it, I'm sure that y'all can relate to one or more of these things. So here's what I want you to look and feel like instead. Overjoyed. So I have another question for you. How would you spend your extra free time if you had it? And your answer can be a weekly goal, like going for a hike, or a bigger one, like taking a trip or training to be a ninja warrior. I'm sure there's some people out there listening who want to be a ninja warrior. So type in the chat box, what's your wish or your dream if you had a few more hours every week, or if you had enough time to take a vacation? So I'm going to wait and see the answers in the chat box. And while I am waiting, I'm going to talk about the photos. Spa trip in Bali. Nice. Okay, that's my new dream too. So this is me in Italy, these photos. And this was an amazing lifelong bucket list trip that I had. I put it on my list of goals. I saved up the money to go. And then I took the time off and made it a reality. And it does take all of those things in order to make these goals and dreams a reality. I want you to make time to enjoy your life. You can travel, spend time with loved ones, or even just get a manicure, whatever it is that you wish you had more time to do. The key to joy lies in simplifying your life and controlling your time. So, if you can do a little simplifying and add a smidge of focus, I guarantee you when you fast forward 1 year from now, you will have gained over 500 hours of time. So I'm not the best at math, but even that math is simple enough for me to see 10 hours a week, over 500 hours a year. Wouldn't that be amazing? So tonight I'm offering you the opportunity to take my course and become Simply Fabulous. Let me tell you what you get with the Simply Fabulous course. You get a 33-page workbook that walks you through each step. I've also included tons of free worksheets and printables, such as calendars, schedules, to-do list, goals checklist, and more to keep you on task and motivated. You're also going to get 6 videos with yours truly explaining how you can use your new tools. So I'm going to walk you through week by week what you're going to get with this course. In week 1, it's going to be all about calendars. I've been using a calendar since college, and it didn't hit me that so many people didn't use one until I tried to make an appointment with an estate sale company for one of my clients. When she didn't show up and I called her to find out what happened, she actually told me I don't look at my calendar every day. Well, needless to say, I didn't hire her. So why are calendars so important? Well, so you don't miss appointments and you don't miss business and you don't miss important things to you and to your family members. So I'm going to teach you how to plan your year, your months, and your weeks and your days so you don't miss out on anything again. Week 2 is all about setting goals. And this is my absolute most crucial step in getting anything accomplished is setting your goals. One of my favorite quotes is a goal without a plan is just a wish. So think about that. By deciding what you want most out of life, we can come up with a plan on how to achieve it. In week 3, we're going to talk about routines. It's way easier to turn all of this work into simple steps that you do every single day without even thinking about it. Do you remember the Super Nanny show that used to be on? She used to have parents repeat the same thing over and over and over with their children. It's all about consistency and routine. Once you do that, it becomes easy. And I've really noticed that families that have set schedules and routines thrive. So in week 4, we're going to talk about the to-dos and the to-don'ts. And I think after tonight, you have a good idea of what week 4 is all about. In week 5, just say no. Look, I know this is very hard for many of us. We were taught as children to say yes. We were taught to help out. We were taught to people please. I'm going to teach you how to stop spreading yourself so thin, because you and I both know that if you're saying yes to one thing, then you're having to say no to something else. You can't do 100% of everything all the time and do it well. In week 6, we're going to talk about achieving and maintaining your goals. None of this is going to work if you don't maintain it. I'm going to help you turn this course into a lifelong time-saving dream come true. How does that sound? All right, so here's a few little sneak peeks at the workbook that you get with the course. I have some beta testers who've been using this workbook for the past few weeks, and they say they really love the worksheets. You can print out as many as you want, and you can use them every single day. I really tried to think of everything you're going to need and want in this workbook. There's even 2 different types of calendars in there, a landscape and a portrait version, just in case you have a different preference. Plus, there's a Just Say No poster and a certificate of achievement just to keep you motivated and make sure you're also having fun at the same time. You can also see some of the section here on calendars in the workbook. So I give loads of tips from what type of calendar is right from you, whether you prefer paper or digital, how to fill it out so it's actually a time-saving tool instead of a time-wasting tool. And since I know that paper is the #1 issue for most people, I've also included a section in the course on how to set up a system to actually tackle your papers. I'm going to teach you how to set up a drop zone and an action system in your home so there is no more piling paper on the countertops. I know that you would be nodding your heads with me if I could see you right now. So my goal in giving you all these tools is to help you get more out of your life with less stress. The Simply Fabulous course is yours for the low price of $299. This includes the workbook and 6 weeks of videos. You're going to get one video each week. Since they're recorded, you can work at your own pace from the comfort of your own home and watch them whenever you have time. The next level includes the workbook and the videos, plus you're going to get exclusive access to a private Facebook group for extra accountability. You're also going to get 3 group Q&A sessions with me for only $499. If you want that extra TLC, accountability, and motivation, order the level 3 course. And this is going to give you 3 one-on-one coaching sessions with me, plus everything else for only $799. Simply Fabulous starts next week. And since I can only handle so many people in the Q&A and one-on-one coaching, do yourself a favor and sign up tonight. You only have 86,000 seconds in every day. How will you spend it? Do not waste it. I have done all of the hard work for you already. I've tried the different systems. I've tried the other planners, the other tools. None of them have worked. I'm offering you the opportunity to live a life where you're never late, you don't miss appointments, all of your paperwork, kids' permission slips, bills, and taxes are actually done on time. No more wasted hours, no more spinning out of control. With Simply Fabulous, you don't have to waste any more of your valuable time. This is a no-risk investment. I want you to know that if you purchase the course, pick whichever level works for you, take the entire 6-week course. If afterwards you haven't learned any new tools or you have not seen any improvements in the time management areas of your life, I will refund your money. So you should be seeing an offer page. If you don't see the purchase page right now, check the bottom of your screen, or you might have to minimize your chat box. I'm going to show you how you actually order the course. So right now you click the Add to Cart button. You choose which level you would like. Number 1 for the course, number 2 for the private Facebook group and Q&A sessions, and number 3 for the one-on-one coaching. You will then receive an opt-in button. You can use PayPal or a credit card, and don't worry about paying all at once. PayPal actually has a funding option if you use the Pay Later feature. Then after you buy the course, check your email, and there's going to be a link from me to get your Simply Fabulous workbook. After that, you're going to get a video emailed to you once every week for 6 weeks. Remember when I asked you before about your wishes and your dreams, what you would do if you had those 10 extra hours a week? Well, I want to share with you what my 3 clients and their testimonials that we talked about tonight, what they did with their extra time. So MJ finally booked a trip to Portland to see his 90-year-old grandfather, which he had been talking about doing for years and just never had time to do it. He had such an amazing time, he actually wants to move there someday. Kathy spends her extra time doing improv theater. She writes plays and performs on a monthly basis. This creative outlet fills her with so much joy, a lot more than cleaning her sink 3 times a day, I assure you. And Elizabeth is working with her son to finish her dream home. She's so financially savvy that she's planned her retirement years in advance, so she won't have to worry about money. And she gets to spend her free time with her son, who's her number 1 most favorite person in the world. So let's start working together so I can help you to discover those extra hours, your goals, and fulfill your wishes and your dreams. Don't worry if you don't have a lot of free time. I know that's why you're here. I understand. Each video is recorded so you can watch it in your own spare time at your own convenience, again, from the comfort of your own home. Just in case you missed it, I know sometimes on these webinars, people have to leave the room for a second or answer a phone call. You can actually use the PayPal Pay Later plan to break up your payments so it's easier for you. If you join our level 2 program, the Facebook group and I will be there for you to answer questions and help you. Plus, we have 3 Q&A sessions where you can get your questions answered. If you want more personalized help, get the level 3 plan. You and I will have one-on-one coaching calls at your convenience. I can't guarantee that everyone will have the exact same success as Kathy, Elizabeth, or MJ, but I can guarantee you this. If you don't take action, the only thing you can expect is what you currently have, which is no free time, high stress, and high overwhelm. I genuinely want to help you be more productive and have more time to spend on the things you love with the people you love. I want to see you achieve your goals and realize your dreams. Others will join the program tonight and get started on their path to a simpler life. So why not you? So make your decision now. We have a few minutes left on the webinar. Go ahead and open the order form in a new window just in case the webinar closes. Click on that order button and let's get you simply fabulous. So type any questions you have for me. We're going to do some Q&A right now into the chat box at the right of your screen. And while I'm waiting on your questions, here's the free gift that I promised you. So remember when I talked about that to-do list template for you, you can download this and enjoy your new to-do list just for joining me tonight. I really appreciate your time. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If you got a new tool in your time management arsenal, then that makes me so happy. Let's get to some of those questions. So who is this course right for? Who is it not right for? Anyone who's at their wit's end and wants to make their life more manageable is a good fit for this course. So I would say just about anybody. All right, so somebody else is asking, how many coaching sessions do I get with level 3? You're actually going to get 3 one-hour sessions with me, which is way more affordable than therapy, by the way, PS. And no, I do not have my doctorate degree, but I can certainly help you. Okay, does anybody have any more questions tonight? Again, I really just want to see you achieve your goals and help you with your time and get you those extra 10 hours a week because I know we can all use that. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions for me, please email me. You can see my email address on the screen there, or you can call me or text me. And maybe you have a need for a different type of service that I offer, like organizing, or you want to find the book that I wrote last year. You can always go on my website or contact me about anything at any time. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and have a good night.